Mm-hmm. That looks good though, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it in here. It's like better lighting for sure. It doesn't look like we're like. Never mind. We're live.
Just a second. Mm-hmm.
And good afternoon and welcome into Indian Time here on MuskogeeMedia.com. Jason Salzman along with Jessica McBride as we get you up to date on all the things happening here in Muskogee Creek Country today. And Jessica, the big thing today is severe weather, which always hits us end of April, early May. And, it's just part of living in Oklahoma, and it's something we got to look for. But thankfully, the tribe has a great emergency management department.
Mm-hmm. A couple of updates before we get started with some interviews. The Muskogee Creek Nation offices, the complex, is closing at 3 p.m. today. We also heard that the Department of Health will not be closing any of the clinics, hospitals, or programs, anything like that. So Muskogee Creek Nation complex and offices closed at 3 p.m. Health will remain open.
Yeah, and the main thing we want to bring to you today during this session of Indian Time is to point your attention towards the Muskogee Creek Nation Emergency Management Facebook page. I have that up here. Jared, you already got it going, right?
Yeah.
What they have here...
The link to that page is in the description of this video on the post and on our YouTube description of the video.
Yes, it's all in there, and you can link to this page. There's a live stream. James Nichols will be doing the live stream. It's in this box here. His session ended just a minute ago. He was kind of driving around. There's already some places where it's raining, so he's following the storms. It's important to note James Nichols and Emergency Management instituted probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I would say, storm spotter training, and have trained a lot of the nation's employees and people just in and around the nation with storm spotting. And I saw something interesting on my Twitter, and I'm going to try to pull that up. If you got just a second, Jared,
Sure.
go off of there real quick while I pull this up. And I wanted to show.
The internet's been really wonky.
Okay, may not be able to, but while that's loading, what I saw was there was a map of Oklahoma, and it had dots marking where there were storm spotters stationed at currently. Wow. And man, there's dots all over. So folks, there's people watching these things. If you will stay on social media, a lot of you out there, when the storms hit, your satellites go out. So have your phone ready on social media, Twitter, hashtag OKWX. So if you put that in, you can find all updates that are coming through the Twitter feed on the weather. There's plenty of people out there. Let's go ahead and call James, okay? Put in a call to James Nichols, like we said, our emergency management coordinator here at Creek Nation, and he's going to give us a rundown of all the things he's been prepared for today.
Emergency management, this is James.
James Nichols, you are on Indian Time with Jason Salzman and Jessica McBride here on MuskogeeMedia.com. Thank you for joining us today.
How are you guys?
We are doing great. We're doing great. Just kind of like you, watching everything and keeping an eye on it. But we were just talking about how yourself and Emergency Management has developed these storm spotter trainings to get people ready for things like this, because the Creek Nation lies within Tornado Alley. James, talk a little bit about everything that you have going on today.
Well, today, right now, we're obviously monitoring the weather and trying to figure out just exactly where things are going to develop. And our utmost goal is to keep everybody safe and informed, so that we don't have anybody in danger per se. So we've just been kind of monitoring the weather. I just got through basically spotting some storms that came through the Sapulpa, Sand Springs area. I'm actually in Manford right now, watching the radar and kind of out to the west that's going to be coming our way.
Now, this was a low-level system that came out of Colorado, right?
Correct.
And
correct.
these are the kind of systems, now you can educate us a little bit here, but these are the kind of systems that carry in that cool air, and everybody that's been outside the last couple of days knows that we've warmed up a little bit. So this is why we're seeing sort of an impact and the severeness pop up.
Absolutely. We've got that cold air that's coming down from the north, and we've got warm air that's coming up from Texas area, and everything that they've been forecasting for the last several days shows that cold air and warm air is going to meet just right over Oklahoma. And the dry line, which is basically kind of where things start in the weather system, it's already forming. I'm sitting here looking at it now, and out west towards Medford and Palm Creek, all the way down to Weatherford is kind of where the dry line is, and the storms are already starting to pop up there and starting to hit kind of north and east.
James, what were you seeing? We saw a little bit of your live video. It seems like you're getting a little bit of precipitation already where you've been.
They had some rain come through that from basically Bristow through Sapulpa, and it's all the way over kind of up towards the north and east of Owasso now. They had some rain and some hail that came through, which cooled the air down. But I was saying on my live feed earlier, it knocked it down to about 69 degrees, where it was almost 80 degrees at about 11:30 today, which it's already warming back up. It's already 73, and the temperature just keeps going up. So that's going to give the storms some more energy to feed off of as they come across here.
Now, you're going to be live streaming most of the evening, correct?
Yes. As
Oh.
those storms start to come across, start getting close to our jurisdiction, my plan is to be out and about and try to give everybody a view of what we see when we're out chasing these storms.
How many of your emergency management team is going to be out tonight?
Well, just going to really kind of depend on what the need is. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with one of your staff members that's on our team, which is Darren DeLon, and we're going to bring him out. The rest of the team's on standby. I'm just kind of watching and seeing what we need. We're going to help our local emergency management departments out. Milwaukee County has already called and requested some assistance just to storm spot and watch radar for them. So we're going to do what we can to help everybody out.
James, now you, along with in your office and risk management and in close contact, in close communication with the principal chief always in moments like this, we have a lot of Creek citizens that, there's some Creek citizens that drive more than an hour away to get to work every day. I don't think a lot of people realize that. What goes into the decisions when you guys...
That was one of the reasons why the decision was made today to go ahead and dismiss at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We could get our employees, our citizens, home so that they don't have to drive through that. Of course, weather's not an exact science. We could miss it completely, or we could be behind the 8 ball. So we decided kind of on a 3 o'clock time frame, and that'll get everybody home and hopefully in their safe place, ready for these
right.
families ready.
Better safe than sorry, I would imagine.
What's that?
Better safe than sorry, for sure.
Absolutely, better safe than sorry. I mean, we don't take dismissing everybody, from their workstations lightly, and but our employees, their lives matter, their families matter, and we wanted to make sure that we got them home and got them safe.
Well, and another thing too, James, and you would probably agree. Another thing of a part of that is the employees not being here, the tribe having to shut early, discourages citizens from coming out to need to access the tribe for things, and it keeps them at home. Yeah.
We want to make sure that everybody's in a place that they're familiar with, so that if we have some type of severe weather, they're not on the road and trying to find a place to get off and get safe, which is hard to do.
Okay. Well, James, is there any other information that the folks need that are watching us and listening to you, that the information they might need from you before we let you go?
No, the biggest thing that I would say is, and I've been pushing this for the last couple of days, is just be weather aware.
Okay.
Know what's going on. Make sure that you're able to listen to the weather stations, whether it be TV, radio. If they've got smartphones, download an app. And I'm not giving anybody kudos, but Channel 6, Channel 8, Channel 23, Channel 2 in our area have great weather apps. They will keep you up to date on the weather, and make sure that you've got a plan. Know where you're going to go in case we have severe weather. Don't wait until the storm's on top of you, and then try to have that plan in place beforehand.
Real quick, James. Any designated safe spots here on the campus?
On the campus, each and every one of our buildings should have somewhere in the building an evacuation plan, and they'll have a tornado shelter designated on them. But if there is not a actual safe room in one of our buildings, then we want to go to the lowest floor, centermost part of the building, which normally would be our restroom areas, away from the windows, and kind of like the old school days, duck and cover until it's over. But in Oklahoma, we love to stand out on the front porch or outside and watch the weather.
Yeah. It's an event for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like a picnic. Everybody goes outside and visits with one another, but just know it's a safe thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, James, for spending a few minutes with us here, getting everybody updated. Be weather aware, folks. He cannot stress it enough, and we cannot stress it enough from his office. James Nichols there, the director and the manager of our emergency management department here at Muskogee Creek Nation. Go to the Facebook page, Emergency Management Muskogee Creek Nation, to follow along with all of his live streams tonight and all of the information he will be giving. James, you do an excellent job. We're so thankful for your department and everybody that you've trained. Keep up the great work, and you stay safe out there.
Thanks, guys. Y'all do the same.
All right. Thank you. All right. There we have it. Mr. James Nichols again, and great interview, and what a great service for the tribe. I think it's even 10 years ago, nothing like this, and we were having tornadoes 10 years ago.
And it's really neat now. If you go to their Facebook page, and of course the Muskogee Nation News will be sharing all of his live updates. But if you go to our Facebook page or Emergency Management's Facebook page for
Jared,
the Muskogee Creek Nation, then you'll be able to see him live. He's actually got a dash cam, and he's talking as he's driving around, saying where he is within the Muskogee Creek Nation jurisdiction or even Oklahoma, and saying what's going on.
And as you can see the video here, he has real-time radar in his the emergency management vehicle. You can't miss it. Lights, flash, and everything. Got the Windrunners logo, but he is tracking. He's got the information he needs. Basically, the same thing that they're going to be looking at weather-wise, and the people that know what they're looking at. He definitely knows what he's looking at as far as the way that these are going to develop. So he's got really good resources on board there with him, and what a neat resource this is to be able to live stream this to our people. He's out there looking at it, giving it back to the folks. So it's a great thing there, a resource to have for the Creek people. Creek Nation Emergency Management Facebook page, and Indian time here. We break in. We have things like this as they're happening today. That's the how the vitality of this, being able to have it every day and break in with what's going on. So the big thing is the tornadoes. Folks, please stay safe. As we've given you everything you needed. Basically, all the apps are out there. Oklahoma weather. Search your social media. There will be updates all night. Jessica, we know that you're a little scared. So,
Oh, just a little bit.
it's Jessica here. She's from the southernmost parts of Texas. And not only do they not have tornadoes there, really, she's not used to them, but I'm a little bitter because, as James just told us, all the hot air comes up from Texas. So you bring all your hot air up here with all this cold air sweeping down from the Rockies, and we got us a vortex on our hands. Thanks a lot, Texas. You got better schools and better roads and all this other stuff. Now you got better weather. I can't imagine. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us here on MuskogeeMedia.com. We wanted to make it a little lighthearted, not scare everybody to death. But this is very serious stuff. So keep your eye on the weather. Keep your eyes on MuskogeeMedia.com. We'll have all of this for you as it continues on and throughout the week. Because
And
this won't
follow
be
us
the
on
last night.
Facebook,
Yes.
of course, and we'll provide live updates there as well.
And before we let you go, we have scheduled an interview with former Principal Chief George Tiger, and that'll be 2 o'clock tomorrow. So
Oh, awesome.
talk about the health deficit and everything like that. So we've asked him several times. He gave an interview or gave his statement to Mulkey News Network. Now he's coming in to talk to Muskogee Media. So thankful to former Principal Chief George Tiger for that, coming in, talk to us. And I know a lot of people will be looking forward to it. So that's
Great.
happening tomorrow. Everybody out there, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.